Businesses failing to pay super. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your Steiner coffee, because we're going to have a look at an article discussing about businesses failing to pay their superannuation. So here the title is, What to Do If Your Work Refuses to Pay Super and Pay Wages Late. Well, if that's happening, you need to quit and find another job because the business that you're working for is in financial trouble. That is a huge red flag. You should stop work immediately and find somewhere else because they're getting in trouble. Okay, you're just going to go into greater and greater debt for them. Now I've got a solution. I have a solution. Well, I've got two. The first one is really simple. Remove the requirement for mandatory superannuation payments and allow people to receive that money in their normal wages. Fantastic. But no, Florian, you're all saying, people are too stupid. They can't manage their own money. They need Mr. and Mrs. Government, their parents, to save for them. Okay, well, I've got a better solution then, because right now you're risking your employer. They have to be responsible. They have to make their payments. What if they get into trouble? What if something happens in their personal life? They'll take that money and use it for something else through no fault of their own. What if they get robbed and lose the money? You lose out too. What we'll do is now we'll keep the mandatory super payments, but you, the worker, get paid that money, and then every week you need to send that money off to your super, to your super fund. You think people will be a little bit more interested in it then? Another argument is, and this is what I told my staff, I said, well, you need to look at, when you're looking at your super, look at even just seeing it, that you can see the funds. So maybe you compare going with one fund to another. If one's with your bank, and okay, you can see it, the fees are slightly, it's making a return that's about the same, the fees are the same, but you can see it. What's the difference? You can see you're getting paid and you acknowledge that that's your money. Because I've had friends who were in this situation working for architectural practices that didn't get paid their super for a year, and the business was gone and went under. But what do you think the article is going to be? What advice are they going to give these people here? Is it going to be one of personally empowering individuals to have control over their money, or will it be going to some higher authority to complain and bitch and moan? What do you think? What do you think? Let me know in the comments while I'll have a shot of coffee, because I think we all know where it's heading. So, an employer has failed to pay an Adelaide woman, I'm saying woman too much, super for months, and she's worried they'll go out of business. Here's what she should do. Oh, it's the sisters-in-law. Well, there you go. There you go. Welcome to Sisters-in-Law, news.com's weekly column solving all of your legal problems. This week, our resident lawyer and real-life sisters, Alison and Julian from Maurice Blackburn, tackle your legal rights when it comes to not being paid super. So, these are fake letters, aren't they? They have to be. No one writes to these things asking questions. It's like a dear Mary relationship advice thing, I guess. My employer hasn't paid me any super contributions for months. Most week my wage is being deposited into my bank account many days late, and they've asked us to stop doing overtime. I've seen the decline in sales since the pandemic hit. I'm not stupid. I've accepted I could be out of a job soon. But I'm worried about the business going under and them owing me money. Is there anything I should be doing now to protect myself? Sally from Adelaide. Well, there you go, guys. That's what happens when you depend on other people to save for you. You could get screwed. Welcome to adulthood. Welcome to adulthood, Sally. This is real life. This is real life. This is why I advocate for people having individual control. And I know there are dumb people out there that are going to ruin it for all of us, but it's kind of better than having situations like this. So the answer, 1, speak to your employer. Your employer may not have realized that your superannuation has stopped being paid and will rectify the situation. Keep a record of any conversations and correspondence with your employer in case you're required to take the matter further. It sounds like they're in trouble. What the employer should have done is fired the staff member, paid out their liabilities they owe to not incur more. I know it's harsh, but that's reality. Make them redundant. Lodge a complaint with the ATO. If speaking with your employer doesn't work, the next step is to contact the ATO, who can order your employer to make retrospective payments for you. If the ATO takes this action and your employer still refuses to pay, the documents from the ATO can be helpful evidence in supporting any future legal proceedings. See, this is the thing. This is another risk of having an employee, everyone. This is another risk. When you hire someone, you take on a tremendous amount of risk. You take on responsibility for the retirement savings of that person. Now, there are some advantages to offshoring, everyone. There are some advantages. You can see why people go through contractors. You see why people go through labor hire companies. You see why the permanent job for everyone. It's this type of shit that is discouraging people from taking staff on. And if you want to fire someone, guys, it can be a real pain in the ass. Okay? Everyone's saying, probationary period. Here's a reality dose. Probationary periods are bullshit. They're actually illegal. You need to have a 3-month contract that you sign up, then you start a new contract after 3 months' time. You can't actually put a probationary period in a contract. I don't care what anyone tells you. Look at the workplace legislation. I've talked to lawyers about it. They say, yeah, just put it in there. No one pays attention. No one understands. They'll believe it. 3, speak to a lawyer. If your approaches to your employer and the ATO don't address the situation, then you should speak to a lawyer who can pursue these missed contributions for you. If your employer does cease trading due to financial issues, then it's still worthwhile lodging a complaint to the ATO and seeking legal advice. Yeah, because you can get their personal assets. So the person who's given you a job for years, is struggling. Now, they're probably keeping the person on, doing what they can, doing them a favor. This is the thing. The employer's probably acting stupid. They're probably trying to be nice, doing what they can to keep the people going, thinking, yeah, we'll pay that super later, we'll pay it super later. You got to be harder than that. You should have fired this worker months ago when you couldn't keep him on. The first time you couldn't make that super payment, you needed to sack him and sort out the books. Because right now they can go you for more. Sometimes, this is the thing, when you employ people, it's cruel to be kind. It'll come back and bite you if you're too soft. You get hardened quick. I've seen it. I've seen it with people I went to uni with. Raving, bloody, lefty, soft little bastards. Oh, a few staff screw them over, nearly get them sued, stuff up on projects. They become bloody hard real quick. And then their political orientation really changes. That's honestly why I think a lot of lefties just haven't got enough real-world life experience, really, to understand what they're talking about. Oh, how dare you. Wait for the comment bombs dropping on that one, guys. People watch the video long enough, I'm going to have a shot of coffee. Paying union dues isn't the same as actually, running a business. So if your employer does go under or cease trading due to bankruptcy or insolvency, then you can seek help through the Australian government's Fair Entitlements Guarantee. This guarantee can help you get unpaid entitlements, including up to 13 weeks of unpaid wages, a maximum cap of approximately $2,400 per week. Bloody hell. Annual leave and long service leave, redundancy pay of up to 4 weeks per year of service, payment in lieu of notice of termination capped at a maximum of 5 weeks. If your employer simply closes the business or abandons it without placing it into liquidation, then the Australian Securities and Investment Commission can step in and wind up the abandoned business so you can get help through the Fair Entitlements Guarantee. For ASIC to step in, the business must be registered with them, and usually this means the legal name of the business will end with Proprietary Limited or Pty Ltd. If you're concerned that your employer isn't paying you correctly, such as not paying you the minimum wage or not paying you penalty rates, then you have rights here too. You should check your pay slips. Your employer is obliged to provide these to you. Check your employment contract. Check the award that covers you at fairwork.gov.au. If after checking the aboves, it does seem that you're not being paid correctly, then follow the steps. Raise concerns with your employer and keep a written record. Write a letter of demand to your employer setting out the amount you owed, how you calculated that, and the time frame for them to pay you. Complain to the Fair Works Ombudsman if your employer doesn't rectify the situation. And strict time limits apply, so you should seek assistance quickly. And of course, this is just legal advice, and you should seek and pay the fees for personal advice. This is general in nature. So what do you think here, everyone? What do you think about this situation? I honestly am surprised. Look at all these guarantees and support mechanisms. Why the hell would you even start up a business, guys? You can get like that sometimes. It really can. It really can. As always, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Do you think people should have individual control over their money, or with all these, safeguards in place? Isn't it smarter to let other people stuff it up for you, and then you can get it from the government? Everyone else we can socialize these losses. As always, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the channel, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy a merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.